Hey guys, it's Ryan here with DP Marketing.Services. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're doing well, staying safe. I am in the car. I'm on my way to meet with a company. If you're on many of these Facebook groups, you probably have seen Quality Heating and Cooling, especially if you're like a House Call Pro, because they're a pro and they do a lot of work for the trades. I mean, they're just a really cool group. They are just a few miles away from our office, so I'm going to swing by this morning and say hey. So yeah, they are good people. If you know Oscar and Cassie, they're good folks. But anywho, coming at you today because there's been a lot of changes, unless you've been hiding under a rock, with Google Local Services that have been rolling out over the past month or so. So I thought I'd just come and talk about my thoughts about kind of what things mean. If you don't know, Google Local Services, it's a pay-per-lead product that Google started rolling out a couple years ago. Started doing locksmiths and stuff like that, but have been moving it into various different trades, including plumbing and HVAC shops who we work with. Generally speaking, we think it's a great product. If you're going to do something with paid ads, either AdWords or Google Local Services, we would recommend Local Services all day long. It's really efficient. You get decent quality leads. It's just really hard to knock it. However, recently, Google announced a change that they're going to start allowing bidding for LSA leads. So where typically the model was everyone in the market pays the same price, and if it's $22 a lead or if it's $24 a lead or whatever it is in your market, everyone in the same market pays the same price for leads. And that was one of the awesome things about it. However, with this change, Google now allows you the option to adjust your bid. So here's how it works right now. The default bid, if you don't opt in, is what they call the minimum bid. And the minimum bid is currently what you're paying. So they're saying, hey, you're paying the minimum bid now. And you have the option to increase your bid. And you could they typically do like 2 additional prices. Like if you're paying $22, the additional might be $24 and $27. Or you can throw your own bid in and say, hey, I want to pay $30 a lead. You can totally do that. Obviously, a lot of guys are really upset, understandably so, because you have got this really good product where you get a really good ROI, and now Google's going to start charging more money for it. Outside of all those frustrations, right, which are their fair game, here's what we know. One, this is not a nationwide rollout as of right now. Eventually it will be, and eventually it will be in all verticals. But right now, we're starting to see it come out in plumbing and HVAC trades in different pockets. So even clients we work with, some see it, some don't. And it's just kind of, that's the way it is. Keep an eye on your bid and profile section on your dashboard. You will be notified if you're allowed to kind of get into this beta test phase. But by the time you get that email notification, the change is already applied to your account, which means somebody else in your market could already be taking advantage of it without you knowing. So just keep an eye on it. As soon as you see the change, we would recommend you make the change. 2, it does not appear right now that the bid is going to outweigh the other elements that Google Local Services cares about. So we always know that Google cares about responsiveness to customers, proximity from the customer, reputation through the reviews, and what they would call a verified review through the Google Local Services platform. It does not appear that paying more will trump doing bad in all of those other aspects. It seems like the same best practices are still true. You still have to be responsive. You still have to fill out the stuff in the leads. You still have to archive them. You still have to ask for reviews. You still have to do good service. All those things still have to happen. However, all things being equal, if there are 2 companies that Google's looking at offering to a customer, and one is willing to pay $25 and another willing to pay $22, if everything else is the same, Google's going to go with the higher bid. And that's Google's prerogative, but that's how they're thinking about it, right? It's just letting them know that you're going to pay more. Now, what we don't know is to what degree does that bidding influence that auction, right? We just don't know. And if it's anything like SEO or map pack ranking, we probably will never know at any point in time. We'll just be able to test, get best practices, see what tends to work well, and we figure it out from there. The other thing is, let's see, what was I going to say? I just completely slipped my mind. So yeah, don't get too caught up on having to pay more. Yes, it's not fun, but it should still be a good product at the end of the day. And so still keep up the best practices, right? Still make sure that you're responding to leads, you're sending out review requests, try to get the verified reviews through Google Local Services, and don't get too caught up. So there was something else I was going to say, and I don't remember what it is now, but sorry. Imagine that I just wowed your mind with something else. But yeah, so that's what we know so far. It's not an awesome change for guys in the trades. It is a very good change if you are a shareholder in Google. However, I still think as of right now, it's still a really good product, and it's hard to knock. So would love to know kind of what your thoughts are and what your experience is. Are you doing the enhanced bidding? Are you taking advantage of that opportunity? And as usual, just to say this out loud, the companies that are quick to adopt that change are going to notice the most benefit, right? So if you wait till everyone else in your market's doing it where you have to do it, you're not going to notice the night and day impact. However, the companies who are quick to take advantage of the bidding, who are quick to take advantage of the upgraded and enhanced Google My Business profile with the Google Guaranteed, those companies are going to notice it because no one else in the market's going to be doing it. And so Google's going to give them preferential treatment. But yeah, would love to know what you think. As always, guys, follow us, comment below, follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.